Welcome to a Fifth of Jack Gaming. And we just completed a volume of Usagi Yojimbo. This is a set of two that you end up having. We just finished the first volume, and we'll do a quick review over what we think about the first volume. So let's flip over the different camera. And all right, Usagi is going to be a samurai rabbit that has ties into like the older school of Japan, where it ends up actually having a nice samurai action, and the world is actually more animals than what it is being with the humans. I love that role that comes from Stan Sakai. And the biggest thing about it is that it's going to be black and white, and that's fine. And it's also from the late 80s, and it's one of those kind of page turners because the little stories are very quick to read because they're a little lighter to be able to break down. Like this right here is probably the most wording that I ended up running into, really. So it kind of makes you want to keep on reading and keep on going with it. And the artwork's pretty stellar as well. And the stories are nice and short, so it's nice, straight and to the point. As compared to something in the similar action where like you have Chris Claremont, which has a whole lot of thought bubbles, and there's a lot into those thought bubbles as well. Usagi Yojimbo is definitely a story that ends up over with it, and it's something that I would also say that your younger readers can end up picking up. Yes, there's a little bit of violence, but it's like very, how do you say, dialed down art-wise. Because like obviously right here you see a bunch of people getting killed or anything like that, but you don't see blood, guts, or anything. You just see like the little actions on their faces and the little weirdness. And you don't honestly see too much blood that comes along with it. And this is where we get to see the story of it forming together of Usagi Yojimbo. So he was a samurai that he ends up going to war with his sensei, who ends up falling into battle because one person turned coat and left the entire group, and this master actually ended up getting killed in the process, making him into a ronin. So he ends up walking around for being a samurai for hire, but yet Usagi has a nice moral code that he ends up following. Granted, there's some craziness that goes on with one another. And I have to say, the story is a nice driven stories that goes over along with it. There's like a couple stories in this book that's more than one issues, but most likely they end up trying to contain this stuff like that. It's a nice little touch, and the art is definitely something that would be nice to carry on and carry throughout the book. It's not like, oh, just this one or anything like that. It's a common thing that you have the same art style that comes along with it, because it's a nice solid story, nice solid goes, especially if you're kind of curious about the back then with the entire time frame with that. So this is just the first volume of it. There's two different volumes that comes with the gift set. And this is from Fantagraphics. So this is from Fantagraphics. It's a nice solid book. It comes with a 2-box set, and it can also be found from our channel affiliate, Organic Price Books. It's a series that goes for about $100, but right now over at our Organic Price Books, it's going for $70. We ended up picking this up from their Whatnot auction. Also, if you end up picking this up from the site, don't forget to use the code Fifth of Jack, all spelled out, to be able to save yourself a couple bucks. It lets JP and David and the crew over that way know that we sent you over that way. It helps the channel, and it helps you, helps everyone around. As I say, it's a 2-volume set. It's a nice little gift set. It also has a slipcase that comes along with that. I'll have a link down below to the place where or to Organic Price Books where you can end up picking up the series if it's something that's interesting to you. The main reason that I ended up wanting to read it is because Amibody was a big lover of Usagi, and Usagi, the only way I knew about him was through the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from just a brief little introduction. But then after watching his content and actually seeing and looking into the series is something nice that ends up breaking down the Japanese route down the road that comes out of that. So it's a series that ends up having some lineage as well. And it's kind of a nice little twist that comes over with it. And the biggest thing about that you see is that it's not just like, it's the idea of taking the real world and adding it into an animal world and expanding off that, but yet having Usagi follow the moral code, the code of the samurai and stuff like that oriented with it. I would give this an 8 out of 10. If you're going straight up about readability, though, this is a 10 out of 10 because it's a nice light read, and you end up reading a couple books before you even notice. The art, yes, you know it's from the 80s and it's black and white, but I feel like it's an addition to it being black and white, and then you end up having that nice little chill feeling along with the way. This is definitely a series I would say to go ahead and pick up because it's nice and solid and straight over so far. Red Usagi, let us know in the comments down below what you think of it. Also, if you're liking the content that we're putting out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified about whenever we have new content. And if this is a video that you actually do like, take it, share it, and it'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.